Part of the Adjustment Bureau is about MIT's 150-year celebration issue. See that? The show, not the genius part. At 150-year celebration on April 12, 2011, he told him to be seeing one of his old alumni in his supercomputing project, failed CUCS tenureships, and his lack of ability to strike back versus the Empire Foundation on him being fired with retributions, and still not in the CUCS, EE, Finance, Economics, or Physics Department as an adjunct faculty member by the medical school. Steve Shaw, $2 billion personal asset man and chief scientist of D. Shaw Research and founder of D. Shaw Hedge Funds. At MIT's 150-year celebrations. And the fact of the matter is that he does in the concrete of cancer by protein folding fundamental issues that people are not involved in, such as who? Let's take a look at the list here. The Koch Institute for Integrated Cancer Research at MIT, dedicated. And of course, David H. Koch Institute, or Koch Institute, is also David H. Koch New York City Opera Center at Abe Lincoln Centers, not too many blocks from Abe Lincoln Apple Store here, where the keynote speeches are being broadcast at the Genius Bar. So Steve Jobs and Tim Cook to reward us, and especially iOS 4.3 issues. What else can we talk about? Halosphere. Some of the future of research at UCSB, Santa Barbara, David Grosses. But the Adjustment Bureau in the CWE Fund is Neutron Legacy Prize tells you, as we play this film trailer again, the fact of the matter is Battle LA. You see that? The Adjustment Bureau must be taken over by the Foundation, Empire Strikes Back, led by MacArthur, Ford, Carnegie, and Rockefeller. And the reason is because the Obama White House teams like Richard Chamberlain will not enforce. Enforce what? They will not enforce the New York Puritan chefs wanted their way. That's very quite indicative how the New York Times put it that way. Because the fact of the matter is that the cash counter people who are Adjustment Bureau with little wallet money in their pockets from day to day also thinks that they are Puritans in the Adjustment Bureau. And therefore the foundations must do in enforcing the 8-to-1 robust and muscular ruling of a conservative Republican court, driven to rule perhaps and motivated and catalyzed by the keynote speeches for the past year, versus 4 UFO case officers in the Adjustment Bureau here, Matt Damon's movie trailer, to adjust what the UFO case office cannot and will not do. What the LA battle cannot and will not do, take over the real estate of people with little money in their pockets behind the cash counters. And of course, what the LA battle UFO movie are not interested in doing. And what we're talking about is CWE funds and Neutron Legacy Prizes, and to enforce and adjust what the White House executive branch will not do for the 8-to-1 free speech rulings on Lee bonds who have been telling volunteers about Columbia University's and its WE funding issues on our Manhattan projects. These are the things you need to know about the keynote speeches. That there are certain things that people don't understand. The Adjustment Bureau is a random function at the top of a search tree. A decision tree like the one you see in the books of the Adjustment Bureau. UFO case officers. And what we are talking about is the real Adjustment Bureau is the 4 foundations led by the Empire Strikes Back Empire Foundations, calling the MacArthur Foundations. The top of the search tree contains a what? A decision tree, where it tells you that the top of the tree gives you a wide array of choices. As you go down the search tree, the choices are determined by the top level search tree, just like in any chess game. You have D. Shaw and Anton supercomputer chip that we'll be using. Versus MIT's 150 year celebration. Versus D. Shaw, Eric Lander. Life sciences, both I've met different times. Eric Lander is at Princeton 2 years ago. Head of the Broad Institute for Genomics at MIT, Eric Lander, is a Princeton PhD in math. The fact of the matter is that D. Shaw's Anton chip will replace the case offices and its future off versions in the movie, King's Speeches, the Adjustment Bureau, led by the four foundations Empire Strikes Back foundations. The top of the search tree in our book, as you go down the search tree of decision making as in chess games, you get fewer and fewer choices, more narrow. The random function is the Adjustment Bureau, case offices of UFOs, except this is the automated, evolutionary designed random function. As you go down the search tree, the random functions give you the appearance of free will, because even though the random functions become more loose or more probabilistic, they give you a wider range of probability values for the random functions in the lower tree branches of the decision tree of your life. The fact of the matter is that the greater probability and appearance of free will is limited by the higher choices made by evolutionary's random function at the top of the decision tree of life, your behavior and your future. This decision tree was not made by the case officers of a UFO, it was not made by God or Jesus Christ or L.A. the Battle UFOs, not interested in our real estate, otherwise they would have taken it a long time ago. The fact of the matter is that they're not looking for our resources either. Otherwise, we wouldn't have any coal and diamond mines or Silicon Valley mines with silicon chips. The fact of the matter is that we just don't understand if they are here, what they are here for. But what we do understand is that D. Shaw and MIT's 150 years celebration can help the first step in the Adjustment Bureau. The Empire Foundation Strike Back versus the Matt Damon movie of case officers from outer space dressed like humans. To adjust the random function at the top of the search tree and tell people that they have the appearance of wider probability ranges to choose from at the bottom of the search tree nodes and the middle part of the search tree nodes. But that's only an appearance because the top tree node has already been chosen by the Adjustment Bureau of nature's evolutionary path. And that path is determined by a topological mathematical function of expanding and accelerating universe, which we talked about, which then determine the fact that it creates global warming agents or energy gobblers to gobble up and accelerate the usage of energy, just as the accelerating space-time universe expands faster and faster to dilute the amount of energy in the universe or to kill it. And that's what most humans do. And that's why they kill more beasts than beasts do on 4 feet. And that's what they were made to do, and I'm quite proud of it. So these are the things that the Anton supercomputer chip and future versions in the MIT's 150 year celebration first step forward to Adjustment Bureau and nature's Adjustment Bureau and its top level search tree function. A random function that determines the human behavior, where the humans can only determine the lower level search tree nodes random function, which have higher probability value ranges than the top search tree node, the root node, ROOT. And the fact of the matter is that many of these people do not understand, as in the case officer told Matt Damon, you have the appearance of free will, and you really don't, because we adjust by our adjustment tree book plans what you are limited range of probability functions to do to fit our plus or minus adjustment of your behavior. And of course, many people are like mountains. They're like damping nodes in the fabric of human social network of Facebook. Mountains